Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. Today, my guest star is the amazing Sabrina Melodieuse. I hope I said it right this time.
Perfect. Hello,
Yay!
everyone. Thank you.
I have a hard time pronouncing Sabrina's last name. Yes, she's my guest star today. And let's see, we have Samantha, Laura Lee, Roberta, Kim, and Brenda that have joined us so far. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? Roberta says she's early for a change. Yay! But really, there's really no right or wrong time to pop in on a live. I mean, you can join in at any time.
hmm
Just like, you can also leave at any time because, people have stuff that they got to do and so forth, and that's perfectly fine. I'm just happy that y'all stopped by. And
Yeah,
let's
real life happens.
exactly. And Kim's working on some commissions. And Roberta's trying to imitate a Pokemon. And let's see. Brenda's not working on anything at the moment. And we also have Lisa and Trudy that joined us. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all working on? So, how are you doing today, Sabrina?
I'm okay, thank you. And how are you yourself?
I'm doing good. Now yesterday, well, Saturday night, I could not sleep. Like it took me forever to fall asleep. And yesterday, I felt like a walking zombie yesterday. I mean,
Oh,
I was
that's
so
really
tired all day.
good.
That's why I did not get my crochet tutorial done yesterday, and I do apologize for that. And I feel like every time I mention, oh, I plan to do a tutorial like this weekend or this week, it always seems like something happens where I don't get it done. It's like
That's
I jinx
typical.
myself. It's like I'm over
What
there going,
tutorial is it?
what's that?
What kind of tutorial is it?
I'm planning to do a tutorial on the arrow stitch,
Oh, that is really good.
which it's a beautiful stitch. Hold on just a second. Frank's trying to get my attention. He needed the phone. He says hi to everybody.
Hello.
But yeah, but it's like, so I'm like, I'm probably better off not saying when I plan to do the do the tutorials because like I said, I feel like I say I'm gonna do it and then something always ends up happening that I don't get it done when I said I would. But
It will get done eventually. Don't worry about it.
and I'm also like, uh, I'm also trying to work on doing a tutorial for making a knitted beanie with stripes, basically introducing people to very very basic color work, and how to change colors in the round
Mhm.
when you
Yeah.
or
That's
change.
funny you mentioned that because I made one recently and it looks like a beehive.
It's funny you say that because that is a idea for a future beanie, doing one with
Oh,
beads on
I put a bee on it because it looks like a beehive.
it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so there you go. There's an idea for you.
that is a beanie that I am plotting to do down the road. I already made the graph out for it. It's just when I get around to making the actual pattern up and all that, because I, I have a couple of things I want to do first,
hmm
because I do plan to, before I do that beanie, I do want to design a pattern that I'm going to do a video tutorial that's going to show like basically everything on like how I basically do a lot of my color work beanies, you know,
Okay.
each pattern that I do is different, but it'll show you the skills that you need and how to apply it.
Yes. Oh, that will be exciting.
Because I have done tutorials to do with color work, but not where you put everything together. So
Okay.
that will be coming eventually.
Did you do a video on how you carry your floats? That would be a nice one.
See, I haven't done a tutorial on that, but I will show that like when I do the tutorial for making a colorwork beanie of one of my designs, because I will show how to carry the floats,
Mm-hmm.
and other little things that you need to know when it comes to color work. So
Perfect. Because a lot of people don't know.
it's coming. Just don't know exactly when yet.
It's okay. No rush.
I'm not the quickest at getting tutorials out. Um,
Oh, no, nor am I, believe me.
because it's one of those things where I'm not really in my comfort zone when I do tutorials, but the only way to get more comfortable is to do them.
Yes.
So, and tutorials really are not the easiest thing to do. Because I hear a lot of people say that they struggle doing tutorials.
And it's many, many hours and days and weeks. It's very time consuming and a little bit disheartening when not many people actually watch them fully.
Hmm. And let's see, we have Keith that joined us, Anita, Jennifer, Regina, Amanda, Elizabeth, and Jody. I think I have everybody. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all working on? But yeah, like I said, those tutorials are in the works. So I'm going to let Sabrina tell y'all more about herself and her channel.
I'm terrible with that, honestly. Okay, I don't know what to say. I am Sabrina Melodieuse. And Nelly said, welcome to my channel. It just comes naturally now. Hello, my name is Okay. What do I say? Over on my channel, I do some tutorials. I do some yarny chats. At the moment, I've got a huge mystery yarn haul that we are all discovering. One bag per video. I've got 8 bags in total. And I like to interact with people. I like to see what people like out of the bags. And at the end, I will do another video where it'll be a specific a giveaway from the choices. I will pick some of the yarns from people, what people have pointed out and said, oh, I really like the look of this one, or like that. So just to make it a little bit more interesting. But hop on over to my channel. There's loads to see.
Yes, go check out Sabrina's channel and show her some Yorny love and support. And I do have her channel link in the description box of this live and pinned to the top of the chat. And if one of my moderators can drop her link too, that would be awesome. Hopefully, I have one of my moderators around. It's like I can't see the blue wrenches on StreamYard. Oh,
I can't see any chat at all.
Crystal joined us and Kathy. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all working on? And I don't think Crystal's going to be here that long.
Okay.
But she has plans today.
Oh.
Today. I told her I wanted to go with her. I'm going to sneak in the trunk of their vehicle. And I'm going with y'all.
That sounds exciting.
Keith is asking, where are we from? I'm from Louisiana, and I'm trying to remember where you're from, Sabrina.
I'm in the UK, but I am French originally.
Because I was thinking it was France, but I was like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yes, I am French. Just in case people say, what do you mean? She's from the UK. She doesn't have an English accent at all, right? That's why I am French.
And let's see, we have Sid that joined us and Sand. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all working on? And let's see. Um, so do you have any pets, Sabrina? Any cats or
Uh,
dogs or
we
any other
did
pets?
have a beautiful pet, and unfortunately, we don't have him now since last
Oh,
year. He had
oh,
an ear infection. It was a guinea pig, and he had a really bad ear infection. It came to making a choice of do you want what kind of little box do you want? And then there's the vet that gave us an extra lifeline. She said she would adopt him and try to save him, but we don't get any updates. So we decided on that option, even if we don't know. We wanted to try and keep him okay.
oh. Crystal saying she loves your accent.
Oh gosh, thank you.
I love your accent too. Ursula is another one. I love her accent.
Yes. Is she from South Africa?
Yeah.
Now, I used to live there for almost 3 years.
Ooh, interesting. And you know what's funny though? Ursula always says she likes my accent, but I don't find I have like that much of an accent really.
Yeah,
Uh,
you do
maybe
have an
y'all think I do.
accent.
I don't know.
I like it. It's really, it's nice and because you're talking a little bit slower as well, and I like it.
Thank you. Yeah, I've never. I typically I'm not a fast talker.
Hmm.
I tend to like speak slower. I don't know. It may be because as a kid I had a lot of speech problems, and maybe that's why I tend to talk slower when I talk. I don't know.
I don't know. There are people that talk like it's so fast. It's too fast.
And Laura Lee wants to know what part of the UK you're from, Sabrina.
I'm from the northeast in a town called Middlesbrough, and it's not too far from Newcastle area or York, or in fact, just a few hours from Scotland,
Awesome.
if
And
you know where all this is.
that's
Northeast.
and that's one thing. If y'all have any questions for me or my guest store, and this is, for any lives that I do, feel free to ask them in the chat and, we'll answer your questions. Okay. So do you have any whips or finished objects you want to show everyone?
I have many, many, many whips. Honestly, like at least 50, which is ridiculous, but I'm happy to show you a few.
That's fine.
I working on a very special project, which is about my city, actually, my home city, which is Paris. And I've just started this, so it's really not completed at all. But hopefully, it will be a success because I'm just experimenting. And this is what I am doing. Can you see what it is?
It looks kind of like it might be like a flag, maybe, or maybe a pillow.
This is the bottom of something that is in Paris.
Oh, Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
Awesome. At first, I'm thinking it looks like an A.
Yeah, yeah. Or someone mentioned like a sewing machine, the machine, the feet of the sewing machine. Or someone also mentioned the Arc de Triomphe, and it's no.
I like those colors together too.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I really don't know if it's going to be successful, but I miss my home city, and yeah, I think yes, I just want to do it.
I
I'm
think
just
you're going to
gonna
do
show
a
you.
great
I
job.
have finished 2 blankets recently, and this is from Fiber Spider, and it is the Bavarian Stitch rectangle blanket. And this is it here.
Ooh, pretty.
I hope you can see well. This is it. And I also finished a blanket. I don't know what it's called, but it's from Olga Poltava, and I'm sure you've heard of her. She's amazing. And it's like a granny stitch blanket with a little twist. And I think it's beautiful. Her pattern, not my blanket, her pattern. It is a lot of fun and very quick to make,
I
like
love
this.
I love the granny stitch. That's beautiful.
It's a really nice pattern, and it is it's a paid for pattern, but she has a video tutorial, so you can just follow the video tutorial. And it is so much fun, honestly, that I highly recommend it. And one last thing I will show you is I am still working on a blanket for my son, which is a brioche knitting blanket. So it is reversible. Here's the first side,
Ooh,
and the second
beautiful.
side is like this.
That's going to be pretty.
Oh, I hope so. It's just really time consuming, but it is fun. That's it. Otherwise, it's just too much.
Let's see, we have Regina that joined us and Maribel. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? And Trudy's asking, when you lived in South Africa, where did you live?
We
Trudy's
lived in
South
various
Africa.
places. The first place, I don't know how you spell it, but it said Umschlauti. And it was literally just the garden that I see from my window. That was the ocean. That was amazing. Then we moved over to Durban, and it wasn't too far from the seaside. That was really lovely. I went to school, and yeah, that's where I learned my English, in fact. So yes, we moved places. We also went to Joburg, Pretoria, just various places. But the longest we stayed was in Durban.
Awesome. We also have David and Roseanne that joined us. How are
Is it
y'all doing?
David? David? Hello, David.
he's saying, he's saying, how did I miss the fact that you'd be here, Sabrina?
Oh, I love David. He's amazing. There's a lot of people I love. Crystal, yourself as well,
Oh, thank you.
Connie, and Darla, and just so many people.
Yeah, I mean, I love interacting with everybody. It's like
Yes.
that's one thing I love about going live because it's like you get to know people better on lives than like you do just from like watching videos and leaving a comment on videos.
It is a
So,
lot of fun, yes.
and we also have Kelly that joined us. How are all of y'all doing and what are y'all working on? Okay, Chris.
Oh, I have a question because you are asking everyone what is everyone working on. Well, what are you working on?
Let's see, for knitting, I'm working on Sock Monkey fingerless gloves.
Oh,
Yeah, I've kind of gotten on a glove kick, which y'all gonna see that today with the patterns that I plan to share with y'all that are free patterns I found on Ravelry. Um, and I also have my temperature blanket, which is a year long project,
mm-hmm.
and I had kind of started knitting a striped beanie for my tutorial, but I had messed up on the filming, so I'm gonna have to start over with that. Um,
Okay.
but I hadn't gotten that far on it, so it's not like it's not like it's that big of a deal that I have to start over. Um, then for crochet, I'm working on designing my first shawl, and
Oh,
I haven't even designed a shawl pattern for knitting yet. So this is my very, very first shawl design. Um, then I also have a blanket with a bunch of textured stitches that
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on designing, but that's gonna take me quite a while to make because I kind of do it like, you know, right now I tend to work on it like one day out of the week lately. You know, I kind
Yeah.
of come and go with that pattern. And I think that's everything that I'm working on. I think. All right, Crystal, have a good day. Have fun shopping. We
Bye.
we also have Isla that joined us and Mimi Cat Do. And I think there was one other person maybe. Okay, no, I think I got everyone. How are y'all doing? And what are y'all working on? And let's see. I thought I had seen something that I was gonna mention, but in the chat, but okay. Oh, Roberta. Okay, there was Roberta's asking. She says she's working on rewriting her crochet gloves. Want to be a tester? I guess I can try testing them. I've never crocheted gloves. Um, I've done one pair of knitted gloves. That was my first pair of knitted gloves I did. With the fingers.
Yeah.
If y'all hadn't seen those. Yeah, I dived right into fingers. Never did mittens, never did fingerless gloves.
It is a lot of fun.
Like I said, I'm kind of on a glove kick right now. Because later in the live, I will be sharing some knitted fingerless glove patterns with y'all that I found on Ravelry. And they all have cables. I love cables in knitting.
I just love cables so much.
Cables are so fun to do. And it's just,
Mhm.
I love the way they look.
Yes.
And
I'm
if
doing two capes that are I have a lot of cables and I just love cables and my fish shawl or scarf, whatever. All the fish, they've got so many different cables and techniques. I just love that.
And that's one thing for those of y'all that knit. If y'all haven't done cables yet, try them. And
Yes.
and yes, they look intimidating because I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh no, what am I getting myself into? But once you go to do them, they're really not hard. If you can knit and purl, you can do cables.
There's
All
lots of good tutorials too where you can just watch someone do it.
Exactly. There's tutorials, and all you're doing is you're placing certain stitches on cables on a little cable thingy, and you either place it in front or in back based on what patterns tell you. And you're just knitting and purling like your stitches out of order,
Hmm.
but it's really not hard. And let's see, we have Christy that joined us, and also Laura. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? But oh, Roberta, send me an email when you're ready about testing your crochet gloves. Okay, let's see. Yep, you see, Isla says cables are fun. Trudy says cables are easy. Like I said, they really are not hard.
No, they are so much fun.
That's one of my favorite things in knitting.
Oh, me too, for sure. I really love cables of all kinds of things and brioche knitting as well.
Okay, and you knit and crochet, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. Um, so how long have you been crocheting and knitting?
Oh Lord, I think since I am about the age of 9 or 10 years old and never really stopped. I was taught by my grandmother, my auntie, and my granddad's wife, and they were very inspiring. Then, after they taught me the basic techniques, I self-taught myself for everything else. Always craving to find something new, something new. How about yourself?
For me, knitting in May will make 3 years that I've been knitting. And
Okay.
for crochet, I think it's been about a year and a half. September makes 2 years.
Okay, wow.
So,
How are you enjoying it?
oh, I love both of them. I like learning new things.
Yes, there's so many things to learn.
And let's see, we have Nana Michelle that joined us and Barbara. How are y'all doing? And what are y'all working on? And let's see. Okay. um, and what is your favorite thing to crochet and or knit?
I don't know, I love to do shawls, wearables, baby items, baby blankets, toys. I just love to do everything. I have here a toy that I made for my son. And earlier, when you mentioned Pokemon, I went, oh, because this is a Pokemon, a dragon. Do you want to see it?
Sure.
Okay, here it is. I forgot what he's called, but there he is here. It was so much fun to make,
Cute.
and I honestly can't remember his name, but that's it
So cute.
here. Yeah, I just love to do different. Just depends how I feel at the time. I don't have one thing that I prefer to make. It's just I think shawls and baby blankets mainly. This is what I do.
See, for me, my favorite is shawls. Next, which is a very close next, is
Yes.
beanies. And like
Oh,
I love making fun
yes.
beanies.
I love to make hats as well. I call them hats, but beanies. I love to make beanies as well. Babies, adults, children. I love hats.
And most of y'all
Beanies.
sorry, go ahead.
Beanies, sorry, beanies.
And most of y'all probably know that I love the fun hats by now. Now those that are newer may not know that yet, but yeah, I love making cute makes. Like the last beanie I knitted was a sock monkey beanie, and I like making holiday beanies.
Hmm.
I have lots of fun with beanies.
It is more fun, isn't it? Makes it more interesting. I think the novelty hat I have somewhere in the house, I think I showed it to you before, was my Santa hat.
Aw, yeah, I like the Santa hats. Like I'm like a kid at heart. I love like the kitty hats.
Oh, yes.
And that's one reason why I really wanted to learn how to crochet because
Okay.
you know because at first I learned knitting first, and I like the kitty hats, but usually they didn't have them in the adult sizes.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be searching for patterns and I would see, oh, there's one in crochet. So so I was so happy when I finally learned how to crochet. I'm like, yes, more options for cute beanies.
How did you learn to crochet by yourself or did
Um,
someone teach you?
I had gotten one of those promotional offers for craftsy.
Okay.
I think I
Like a
got it for like
class?
$2.99 for a year. And I did Selena Bacchus lessons on craftsy. And she is so thorough. She is amazing. And
Okay.
and some of y'all may know I recently had her as a guest star on my channel.
Oh,
I was so excited that she agreed to come live with me. Um But for those that don't know, Selena Baca, her channel on YouTube is the American Crochet Association. And she does have some tutorials on there for anyone that's trying to learn how to crochet. And she may also have some tutorials for something that, y'all might want to learn, those that have
Mhm.
been crocheting. But I mean, oh, she is so thorough. I mean,
Yeah.
she teaches you how to count your stitches, how to recognize what your stitches look like. Um,
Mhm.
and she really made it clear, like what you do when you get to the end of the row and start a new row. And once I did hers, I picked it up quickly.
Perfect. You should maybe put a link so people can get to her.
Can one of my moderators drop the link for the American Crochet Association? Hopefully one of my moderators can find it. But if not, I'll try to find it real quick. But yeah, like I said, she's awesome. And she has a lot of like awesome patterns. She's written a lot of pattern books, Selena Baca. Yeah, Roberta says I fangirl for Selena.
I'll have to check her out.
Let's see, we have Lulu that joined us and Melanie. How are y'all doing? And what are y'all working on? Oh, I got my coffee, y'all. It's Starbucks, and I have the cinnamon. I think cinnamon vanilla creamer. Ooh, it's good.
I like the cup you're holding.
Yeah, this was actually a birthday gift from Lisa with Coping with Yarn.
Oh, okay.
It has like a matching spoon too.
Oh,
I love this cup. I love it.
it's nice when you get a lovely gift from a special friend.
It is. I was like, oh, that's just so sweet, Lisa. But my next question for you, Sabrina, is what have you found to be the most challenging thing that you crocheted or knitted?
Oh, I think for me, years ago, I was asked to do a wedding dress. I think that would have been it. That was before we had the phones, to do videos and whatever. So I
Mhm.
don't have a picture, but it was knitting and crochet mixed together. That was very
Ooh,
intense, very time consuming, but it was so worth it. And it was worked with very fine thread and a tiny, tiny crochet hook.
awesome. Okay,
I
I'm
think
just
that was the thing that was really the most challenging.
I just now posted Selena Baca's link.
Thank you.
Now
What is
Laura
the
Lee
most
got it at the same
challenging
time.
thing you did? Sorry,
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
sorry, no, it's me. What was the most challenging thing that you've worked on?
I would say for knitting, I had done this shawl. Um it had Horts on it, and Morley Bird has a tutorial on it, a video
Okay.
tutorial. Um I think warming Horts, something like that. But if you search Morley Bird's knitted shawl patterns, you should find it. Um but that was one that initially I don't think they had done the video tutorial yet on, and I had found the written pattern, and I searched trying to find it, see if there was a video tutorial, and there wasn't at the time, and I couldn't figure out, the pattern. I
Mm-hmm.
was still too, I was too green to knitting at the time, and then all of a sudden I happened to notice that Morley Bird did the tutorial, and I was ecstatic. So I go and I start trying to do the pattern, and initially I didn't understand what she was doing. because you kind of like skip around a lot in the pattern. And at first I'm like, oh no, am I going to be able to make this? But I kept on because, I don't like giving up on things. I really don't. And I
Mm-hmm.
finally, figured it out. And once I knew like how it worked, I was fine. But I found that was kind of like the most challenging for me was that shawl. And for crochet, it would be that ocean blanket that I did with all the appliques. The actual blanket port wasn't Hort, it was the appliques.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think like one of the appliques had like 19 pieces you had to sew together. I mean, it was a lot of sewing together. Actually, let me try to see if I can pull up a picture of that blanket, if I can find it real quick on my computer. But, oops, I'm going to the wrong spot. But it had, and I did a bunch of appliques on it. And, it was mostly the sewing pieces together for the appliques that was really the challenging part. But I got so many compliments on that blanket.
It
'Cause
sounds intriguing.
I like went all out with it. Let's see, can I find that picture? Oh, here it is. Yay. Okay. Give me just a second. I should be able to get it to share now. But that's what it looked like.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And I love, but that one was time consuming. Let me find the up close pictures better. Um, Give me just a minute to pull those up. Because I took pictures like the top half and the bottom half. That's the top half.
Wow.
My little crabs.
This is amazing.
Okay. Oops. Actually, this is the shawl right here.
Oh,
That
wow,
was
that is
out earlier.
beautiful.
That was the shawl.
I like that.
And one of the stitches was kind of like I think hoarder on that one. But I can't remember the name of it. But I know it had kind of like a lot of the kind of more not real complicated stitches, but you know, to make the horts, you had to do like certain special stitches.
Oh, yes, right. I know what you mean because I've just designed a baby blanket with that kind of with the hearts.
And there was this beanie that I made with horts. And this one, it was kind of like cables, but but you did like an actual stitch. And oh, this stitch was hard because it was very tight to work that stitch. And like I had a hard time with that stitch because of the tightness. I don't remember the name of the stitch though. I would have to like find the pattern and look on the pattern to find it. But yeah, that one was one that was not fun to do.
Is
Okay.
it one of the one of the decreases when you've got so many stitches in one?
It was kind of like you did like multiple stitches in one stitch. And
Okay.
it's like it was tight. Where you probably
Oh,
really kind of got it, it's probably one of those that you're best to have really loose tension, or, when you do that stitch. But this is the top part of the bottom part of the ocean blanket. Let me
that is beautiful.
put my banner off so you can see the bottom.
Really love the fish at the bottom. I love it all. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I had fun with that. I mean, I purchased some appliques off of Etsy for it. I had found some video tutorials on YouTube for some sea animals. And I mean, I put all sorts of sea animals, coral, crabs, stuff like that on that blanket.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Thank you. Okay, let me get the chat back up. I see we have some new people that joined us. At least I think we did. We have Brenda, Rebecca. Let's see. I think that's everybody. How are y'all doing? And what are y'all currently working on? And if I miss greeting anybody, just let me know in the chat so I can tell you hello. I think I told Melanie hi already. So I'm not trying to leave anybody out.
Yeah.
Kim said she made that ocean blanket but only put turtles on it. Yeah, a lot of people just do the turtles. Like I said, I went all out on that blanket.
It is absolutely amazing.
Thank you. So my next question I have for you, Sabrina, is hold up a minute, I'm thinking. Now my mind wants to go blank on me. Uh Is there any project you would consider like your favorite that you made?
My favorite. Oh my goodness. My favorite. I don't know. I really enjoyed doing the like this is a Richard Poppleton cardigan I made, but I designed a few things myself that I'm quite proud of, like the bubblegum blanket
Ooh,
or the Sisterly Love shawl, which is after my sister. I did one for my mom too. But it's hard to pick the one item, isn't it? What is your favorite item?
really the ones that I just talked about, the ones that are my most challenging that I made, I would say would probably be my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
But it just kind of depends because you know I have a lot of stuff that I really like that I made. Like my cutesy beanies. You know, but I think those two because the work that you put into it.
Mm-hmm.
When something's challenging and you put a lot of work into it, it really like brings on a special meaning behind to that
Yeah,
project. Where
I completely agree. That wedding dress I mentioned earlier, there were quite a few sittings and a lot of headaches and things, but when it was all done, there's nothing like that sense of accomplishment, is there? And you know that this is going to impact that person's, special day is incredible feeling.
okay, Roberta's saying that she got back in time just for me to take the picture down. Did you need to see all the pictures again, or was it just like the last one that I showed? Let me know, Roberta. And okay, Sydney's saying I should do a tutorial on that blanket. I can't do a tutorial on it because like the appliques are paid for patterns, you
Hmm.
know. So I can't and then like for instance like some of the other ones there's already a video tutorial on those and it was probably that person's designs too. Um Now, Crystal, the Yorny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady, has a tutorial on how to do one of the sea turtle ocean type blankets, but it's I think basically just a blanket with the turtles. But I mean, I can show you where you can get the appliques that I got for mine if you're interested. You know, and if you or send me an email and I can send you the links for everything to do with that blanket. But yeah, when it's someone else's work like that, you can't do a tutorial on it, especially paid for patterns.
it becomes like a copyright thing or a
Mhm.
moral issue, and no.
Because it wasn't, really wasn't my own it wasn't my own design. I just put other people's designs together to make the blanket. Let's see. Okay, Roberta says she'll watch the replay. Okay. To see the pictures. But yeah, oh, I know another one too. That was one of my favorites. I had made this Mardi Gras top hat, and I don't know if I can easily find the picture for that one.
You're such a clown.
Um,
Sorry, this is my son.
I might be able to get to it fairly easy. I know I have it on my Facebook page, and I have a folder. let's see if I,
Oh,
let's see if I can find it on the easy side, because I had done a folder with some of my. It's not updated anymore though. Okay, here it is. Let me save it where I can get to it easily. And I found this hat was like, I found it was a cool hat. And Frank's modeling it. The biscuit. Let's see. Let me get to share. Give me just a minute. Okay, there. Good. It come up. It came up. That's the top hat.
oh my gosh, wow.
All Mardi Gras colors. But yeah, that one was a fun one to make.
That is amazing. I love that.
And I found like this like headband thing with the feather. And I found that it was just such a perfect like touch to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how that one came out. Okay, let me close my folders. Okay. So I'm going to show y'all those fingerless glove patterns that I was talking about earlier. Um, these are all free patterns that I found on Ravelry, and I have the links in the description box of this live. And they're knitted. These are knit patterns. Okay, Lauralee, I hope you have a good day. So it's time to do some more sharing. Okay, here's the first one. This is Mock Cable Mitts by Beverly Thompson. And look how gorgeous. I love those cables.
Oh yeah, I might have to do those.
I know. Now that I started making gloves, I'm like, ooh. And there's so many beautiful cabled ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first one. And let's get the second one. Let's see. Okay. This one is called Chevy's Mitts by Sandra Buzza, I guess. I'm not good at pronouncing names.
Oh, these are beautiful.
Like I said, cables. And here's a picture of some in a different color
Mm-hmm.
yarn. And here's another picture. Well, okay, this one looked kind of funny at first, but I guess it's the way that she positioned them in the picture.
Yeah.
So I was like, that don't look like gloves. Okay, so let's get to the next one. This one is called Baby Cable Hand Warmers by Tammy Kirschner. And look how beautiful.
Oh yes.
There's an up close picture. I know I've said it so many times already today, but I love, love, love cables.
Yes, yes, exactly. It's just amazing and so much fun. Keeps you entertained almost every row because you have to think about what you're doing. I just love it.
Oh, I think Maureen joined us. Hi, Maureen. How are you doing today? But I don't see her comment, but I see Brenda saying at least. Oh no, no, it's Isla. Okay, oops. I think Maureen's channel's name is kind of similar. I know it has like my in it. That's where I got confused. Okay, let's move on to the next pattern. This one is called Fox Cable Fingerless Mittens by Aniko Hort. And look.
Oh, wow.
I
I
love
need to make
it.
all these gloves you have shown today.
And all these links I have in the description box of this live for anyone interested.
Yes, me, please. Thank you.
And I hope that, like, when I share patterns on my lives, I hope that I'm sharing patterns that, y'all want to make. So, and like I said, if there's any type of pattern that y'all might be interested in, some patterns on, y'all can let me know that, and I'll
Yes,
try to see what I.
please. I have a little request.
Which one?
Your hat that you're wearing now.
Okay, or let me see if I can find a pattern real quick. Well, I'll do that on another live, I think.
Okay.
But you can send me an email, and I'll send you some pattern links for this style of hat.
Oh, thank you. I love it so much. I can't take my eyes off it. It's
Thank
really
you.
nice.
I know I love this style of hat. but but yeah, I know there's like some other other patterns, but I'll like my next live, I'm gonna try to include a few patterns for this style of hat for others that are interested.
Thank you.
Or y'all can just send me an email too,
Yeah.
and I can send y'all some links if y'all don't, so y'all can find it. All right. Next pattern, the last one I have is Hermia Mitts by Rachel Brockman. And look, more cables. And that's the last of the patterns for today.
That's beautiful too.
Thank you. But yeah, like I said, all the links for those patterns are in the description box of this video. Also, sometimes I share pattern with on my community page. I share video tutorials for patterns sometimes. So that's another place where you might find some patterns, you know, free patterns
Mhm.
that I share that I find online. Well, like I said, those are YouTube ones from other
Yeah.
content creators. But yeah, but I love like sharing patterns. I get excited when I see like beautiful patterns or cute patterns. Uh,
Yes. Yes.
like yesterday, I had shared a video tutorial on my community page on how to make gnomes for those that don't know how to make gnomes, which is something I want to learn how to make soon.
Okay.
And Roberta is a gnome queen. She makes some beautiful ones. Okay. Oh, that's awesome, Roberta. Roberta says, since I don't sell or publish my pattern, you have permission to do a tutorial on it. Y'all are all witnesses. All right. So,
Wow.
yeah, if you have one that you want me to do down the road, send it to me, Roberta. Like right now, I don't know when I would get to it. Because I do have some other tutorials that I want to get done first. But but I am trying to do more on my channel with tutorials. Um, and hopefully I get more comfortable with it, where I can, get more done and, hopefully get tutorials out faster to y'all.
It
Maybe
does take time for sure.
I inspire one day that maybe I could be like Bag Day when it comes to designing patterns and doing tutorials. I
Of
would love
course,
it.
you will get there. No, I have absolutely, I completely believe that you will get there.
Oh, thank you. Like I said, because I mean, I want to, I want to help people learn. I want to, that is something that I do want to do, but it's just that I got to get comfortable with
Mm-hmm.
being, doing tutorials more and even designing. I mean, I have, designed some patterns, but I haven't been designing patterns long, and I've mostly done beanie patterns. So, that is something
And
that
you've just started, really. So you've got many years ahead and you're going to get better all the time. So I'm excited to see that.
thank you. Okay, Roberta, that's awesome. And you have a good day, Jody. And we also have Tyler that joined us. Hi, Tyler. How are you doing today? And what are you working? Well, he fishes. That's true. I was about to ask him what he's working on. He likes to fish.
Okay. Has he seen your blanket?
I don't know if Tyler's ever seen that blanket or not.
Oh, it's amazing.
I mean, I have, I did show it in one of my videos whenever I had, was working on it and finished it. Um, which is seems like forever ago now.
Wow.
Let's see what other question I want to ask you, Sabrina. Trying to think of a Yorny question for you. Um, do you have any stitches that are your favorite stitches?
I think we just mentioned it, cable. And I also love brioche knitting. Anything that is texture and also reversible. This is the kind of thing that I really enjoy. Something that is easy to make but looks complicated as well. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like things that are challenging because I
Yeah.
always say this, that's how you learn.
Yes, exactly. And honestly, I get bored so easily, mindless things. It's okay for 2 minutes for me, but I need to be constantly challenged and I need to focus on what I'm doing. So, yeah, the more complicated, the better.
That's how you learn is to
Yes.
challenge yourself, jump into things. And I mean, like for instance, whenever I was working on that first pair of gloves, when I first started, I was questioning if I could do it or not. I really was. Because I struggled a lot initially on it. And I was like, and I'm looking at the pattern and I'm just like, oh my, oh my. But one thing I've learned is don't focus on the big picture.
Hmm.
Take it one step at a time. And usually it comes together for you.
Exactly. Where you're thinking you're getting nowhere, but all of a sudden it just makes complete sense.
And and the thing is, and if something does stump you, you know, typically like I turn to YouTube. Um, I'll ask, sometimes I'll ask questions like if I'm struggling with something, I may ask on a Facebook group, you know,
Hmm.
can someone help me with this? And I know like there's this one lady in a Facebook group I'm in, and she has like gone be like really really helped me like more than what you would expect.
Hmm.
Because like when I first learned how to crochet, I was working on making this witch legs scarf, and on the shoe port of the scarf, I didn't know like what I was supposed to do. And I mean, she walked me through it, and I was like, you know, and I got it done. But
Mm-hmm.
but that's what I find. It's like don't get overwhelmed by the big picture. Take it one part at a time, and you'll
Yeah.
be amazed at what you can do if you put your mind to it. You know, like I said, my gloves. I had never done the magic loop at the start of a project before. I've only used it with toe decreases, and it was just like I was struggling with it at first. Um, but I kept at it, and finally, and it was mostly those first couple of rows. And that's one thing, you know, with knitting and crochet, I do not like the first row. The first row is the worst.
Mhm. It is the worst. And also, it's okay to make mistakes. This is how you also learn.
But like, and even the second row is a little, but it's not as bad as the first row. But once you get past that second row, usually it's smooth sailing after that.
That's so true.
But yeah, because I'm sitting there looking at that pattern with the knitted gloves, and I'm like, the fingers, I'm like, because you're taking stitches off your needle, like basically, you know,
Yes.
using pieces of yarn to hold them, together. I mean, it looks crazy if you've never made gloves before, but I mean, it came together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rebecca, you have a good day. Oh, Roberta wants to know if you have issues switching from UK terminology to US.
No, not at all. The French are, their terminology is more to do with the US. When I first came to the UK, however, yes, I did. I did struggle. When it says treble, I made the US treble, which here is it would be translated as a double crochet for the US. But now I have absolutely no problem.
See, I wish they would just make it universal.
Yeah, I don't understand why the different. Why does it have to be different?
I know because I know like there was this one tutorial that I was trying to learn a stitch on, and and that content creator used UK terms, and at some point she would say like the US, but sometimes she didn't, and it was like I had to go and look it up. I'm like, I don't know, what stitches is, and it confused me at first, but I finally.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. When you are in the UK, because I teach people to knit and crochet, and when they are saying to me, I'm going to go on YouTube, I always say, no, don't, because you will learn US terminologies. And if you buy magazines and books in the UK, then you will get majorly, confused. And this is what they always tell me. When they make amigurumi, why does it say chain one and double crochet? Doesn't make sense because they think of the US double crochet, which is a single crochet really. So it can be really confusing, especially when you're just learning to crochet, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Because I know, like for instance, those like with knitting, there's certain patterns by drops,
Oh yes, okay, yeah.
and they have some beautiful patterns. But like I don't know, maybe now if I look at them, I might be okay now. But I find they don't write their patterns like how you typically see patterns written, and it's to me
Yeah.
it's confusing.
Even with the knitting ones, they are quite confusing.
And
Drops. Beautiful designs,
mm,
but quite confusing.
And I don't know why they don't use like write their patterns more in the standard way. I really don't. But I don't know. I do want to go back to see now that, I have more experience knitting to see if I can understand their patterns now.
Thousands of free patterns.
And let's see. Roberta's saying that's life in general. If you look at the big picture, you want to crawl back into bed and forget it. Yeah, that is true.
Yes.
And she also says it's different because we Americans have to be rebels. Like the English language, it's like we have so many exceptions to the rules where
Yes.
it's like one of the hardest languages to actually learn. But it's kind of ironic though, like, we speak English, but when we try to learn a foreign language, a lot of times it's hard for us to learn other languages, but their rules are more, you know, solid.
I think it depends on a lot of things when it comes to languages. First of all, what age are you learning the language? Because the younger, the better. Also, if you are English, your best languages are to learn something like German. And if you're like me, the best languages are Latin-based languages like Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, that kind of stuff. Just depends where you're from and lots of things to consider, which ones are easier for certain countries.
Let's see. We have Sid that joined us. Hi, Sid. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? See, and others are saying they find the drops patterns, confusing too.
Yeah,
And like I said, I don't know why they write them like that. Because I've
I
seen
don't
some that I
know.
really want to make, and I'm just like, to me, their patterns are a foreign language.
I mean, the designs are beautiful, but honestly, are just, yeah, too confusing.
But yeah, exactly. All right, so now we're going to get into a little trivia.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Today's trivia, I did the Titanic, not the
Oh,
movie, the actual Titanic.
okay, yeah. 1812, wasn't it?
That
That's all I know.
was the first question on my list.
I'm so sorry.
It's all good. Normally, I don't get through all the trivia questions I have on my list. So, because I usually try to make more questions than what I typically need. Because
Oh, sorry, it was 1912, wasn't it?
yeah,
1912, not 1812. 1912.
yeah, that was the year the Titanic sunk.
Yeah.
And then one thing that's interesting is, there's the theories that the actual ship, the Titanic, wasn't the one that actually sunk. That some
Or was
believe
it
that it was
the I
the
can't remember the
Olympia.
sister one.
I think the Olympia.
Oh,
I think it's Olympia. I know the first part starts off like Olympia, but I think it's Olympia.
yes, the
Um,
sister one, isn't it? They call it the sister one.
because they said like that boat needed a lot of repairs, and basically it was like an insurance scam that went wrong. Now whether it's true or not, don't completely know, but that is a theory that is out there, and I love theories like that.
Yeah, yeah. It is interesting.
I'm into those type of theories. I find they're interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my next question I have is, what ship prefix was given to the Titanic? Was it A, USS, B, HMS, or C, or MS? And again, the question is, what ship prefix was given to the Titanic? Was it A, USS, B, HMS, or C, or MS?
I think I know, but I'm not too sure. But I think I know.
What do you think it is?
I think it's HMS.
We will see shortly. Oh, so Roberta, you're telling me that you know your Titanic like you know Nessie?
Oh,
When
of course. I know Nessie personally too.
I had
She
done
exists.
I had done trivia on one of my lives to do with the Loch Ness monster, and Roberta knew her Loch Ness monster.
Okay.
Let's see, we have Amy that joined us. Hi, Amy. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? But yeah, we shall see in a little while. But but I like trying to find like interesting topics to do some trivia on. And that's another thing too. There's a subject you would like to see me do trivia on. You know, let me know that, send me an email, or I usually say send me an email because like especially while I'm live, sometimes stuff gets overlooked in the chat. So
Yeah, that's true. And
like,
we can't remember everything either. So a nice little email is good.
and that's another thing too, because like sometimes people will send me pictures, via like Facebook messengers, like these I'm friends with, with some of my viewers on Facebook, and it's like I always worry that I'll forget to save the pictures
Oh.
because like sometimes I'm on my phone, and if you start chatting with someone, it starts getting further up the chat, and that's why I'm usually like, I usually try to tell people send me an email, send me an email. That way I won't overlook it.
Hmm.
All right. So the answer was C or MS.
Oh, really? There we are. Wow.
So the next question I have is, who was the captain sailing the Titanic when it sank? Was it A. Edward Smith, B. William Adams, or C. Samuel Barron? And
Oh, I
again,
should know that. I should know, but honestly can't remember.
and I'm going to repeat the question just to make sure everyone heard it. Who was the captain sailing the Titanic when it sank? And your choices are A. Edward Smith, B. William Adams, or C. Samuel Barron.
Hmm.
So, what do you think?
I think C, perhaps. But I honestly can't. I have a blank.
We shall see.
We shall see.
We have Mel that joined us. Hi, Mel. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? Um, Also, if y'all want, I could do a pattern giveaway before we end this live today. I can
Turn
do
it away.
one of my patterns in my Ravelry store. Now, most of my patterns are knitted, but I think it's 3 that I have that are crochet. Roberta says, I'm bad about just posting on Facebook. Now, if it's in my Facebook group, that's, I'm fine with that because, like, I go back, and I check the post. But it's Messenger that I worry about. I don't think I've ever forgotten anyone's pictures. I hope I haven't for the finished projects videos, or when I do other picture videos. Um, but like if I ever leave someone's pictures out of a video, just like, send me an email, let me know, and I'll include it in the next one, you know, because I do the finished objects video every month. Now, if it's one of my other ones, then I'll probably just show your picture like in a crochet video or a knitting video if I already, have
Mhm.
had done the video for that. But yeah, I always worry that I'll forget someone's pictures from Messenger. And that's another thing, like, if y'all want to be Facebook friends with me, I don't have any problem like, being Facebook friends, with those that watch my channel and all. Now, the one thing I do ask though, like, send, especially if your name is different than what it appears on YouTube, send me like a message letting me know, like, I watch your channel, I'm one of your viewers, something like that, because you get, you get a lot of friend requests that are like spammers and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like, so if I don't recognize the name, I tend not to approve the friend request.
I am very rarely on Facebook, yeah, but my second name is different.
Because like I said, I get friend requests. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I know this person or not. And even sometimes when you see that you have like mutual Yorny friends, that still doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I've had it where they'll start messaging you and it's spam. or they're trying to
That's true.
get your information or something. It's like, nope, leave me alone. I
But
don't
yeah,
like.
if anyone is searching for like Sabrina Melodieuse, they won't find me because I have a different surname. So that's true. You've got to tell people.
Let's see. Okay, so the answer for that question was A. Edward Smith.
Oh, really? See, these names don't ring a bell to me.
Yep,
That is so odd. Okay.
I was thinking Samuel Barron. For some reason, that name kind of sounded familiar to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the Facebook spam, and you know how you can always tell, like especially when someone messages you on Facebook if it's spam, they start off with just hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Then they'll wait a little while and then they'll ask you like, how are you doing? Or something like that. And you're just like, do I know you? You know,
Yeah. I mean, I think people should introduce themselves and say, for example, me, hi, this is me, Sabrina Melodieuse. So you know who I am.
and then it's like, okay, and you're like, okay, why are you messaging me? And it's kind of like, say why you're messaging the person if it's legit. And
Yeah.
every time it's like they start, and then sure enough, they start bringing up some spammy thing. And it's
Yeah,
just
not
like,
interesting.
let's see. Roberta says, I don't do Facebook friends. I'm kind of in witness protection.
Okay. Wow.
That's a funny one. Oh, your new mail. See, I was thinking, like, I know there was another mail that used to come around my channel that I hadn't seen recently, and I was thinking that's who you were. But anyway, welcome. I hope you're enjoying my channel and my videos.
Yes.
And we also have Mindy that joined us. Hi, Mindy. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? Okay, I'm going to ask one last trivia question, and then we're going to get into the pattern giveaway. Okay, it is this. Okay, it is her. Okay, you had me confused for a while there. And the thing is that like sometimes like I'll remember a part of a channel name, but I don't remember like the full name offhand. And that's why
That's
sometimes
me.
like, oh, what's that name? What's the name of that channel?
I'm rubbish with names, honestly. Rubbish.
And it's like, and I have to like look it up on YouTube to find my list of subscriptions, which keeps growing.
Yes.
Okay, so the last question I'm going to ask is, let's see, how long was the Titanic?
Oh,
Was it A, around 210 feet, B, around 565 feet, or C, around 880 feet? And again, the question is, how long was the Titanic? Was it A, around 210 feet, B, around 565 feet, or C, around 880 feet?
I know she was a big one. She was very long, but I'm not sure. And she was gigantic. I'm going to say, I don't know, it's between B and C, isn't it? B.
We shall see.
And I'm a total failure today. I just can feel it. You're going to say it's C, and I'll be like, oh, okay.
And don't you hate that when you know it's like something's between like two things and you end
Yeah,
up going with the wrong one?
that's usually what I do. But she was very long.
Or like they usually say like your first instinct tends to be right. And then like you
Mhm.
end up like talking yourself out of your first instinct. And then
Well,
you
that's what I'm
get it
thinking.
wrong.
I think she was very long, but she can't be 800 and something feet at the same time, can she? I don't know. So I'm going.
We shall see shortly. Let's see. While waiting for everyone to get their answers in, let's see what announcements do I have to make. Let's see. Of course, my next finished projects video will be May 15th. So if y'all have finished projects, you know, that y'all want a picture included in the video, take pictures and send me those pictures. Um, Tomorrow will be my Crochet Tuesday video. And I'm probably gonna try to film that I got tagged in the 23 questions tag thing.
What is
Like,
that?
yeah, there's a tag where 23 23 non-yarny things about yourself.
Okay.
So I'm
Not
probably
part
going
of
to
it.
film that. And I'm gonna have Frank do a video for that too. Now I don't know if I'm gonna post like, his tomorrow. I like to try to space my videos out
Hmm.
where like if I post like more than one video during the same day, I try to space it out like later in the day,
Yeah, yeah.
to post. Um, so I'll probably post his on Wednesday instead of tomorrow. Roberta's asking, how is possible kitten watch? No kittens. And it's been like I think today makes 66 days. So it's not likely that Sophie's pregnant. And I think I think it's 71 or 72 days they say it's the absolute like longest, and that's not often that they go that long being pregnant. But I don't know how she didn't. My cat ran away for like 2 months. She's an indoor cat, and she snuck outside, and she didn't come back for 2 months. And and then initially she was putting on weight, and it
Oh,
seemed like it was all in her stomach area, but she had lost a lot of weight while she was gone. So that's why, like, we thought that she was, but she really hasn't shown any other, symptoms. And she's also going into heat too, which it's not typical that a pregnant cat will go into heat, but it can happen.
mm-hmm.
And and like I said, by now she really should have had kittens if she was.
Maybe it's
But
just her body readjusting, from losing weight and then to back to eating, and it's possible.
and I don't think it's likely that she had the kitten somewhere else because she wasn't going long enough Well, I don't. Well, it was about 2 months, but in the same aspect, you know, I don't think like she would have just abandoned her kittens. And I know, and like with Sophie, like Sophie adopted, like we used to have this cat Izzy that had kittens, and she adopted Izzy's kittens. So I don't think Sophie would do that. And that's the other thing too. Like if she was nursing when you didn't see any signs of that, when she came back
Mhm.
home. So we may have lucked out. It looks like we did because I
So
really
she's healthy now.
I really don't think she is at this point. But once 72 days hits, then I'll know for sure that there's no way.
Mhm.
All right, so Mel says she wants me to tag her on it. And really like I'm gonna add you to my list that I'm tagging. But when it comes to it, even if you're not like specifically tagged, whoever wants to do the tag video can do one. I'll basically tag everybody if they're interested in doing it. But some of those are like fun little videos to do. Let's see, we have Joanne that joined us. How are you doing today, Joanne? And what are you working on? So the answer to the last question was C, around 880 feet. And I knew it was a big boat, but a lot of
Yeah.
times, like when like the multiple choice questions, it's typically not the largest answer they give, and they kind of trick you. But this one, they didn't trick you.
Yeah, she
It
was
really
ginormous, and she was kind of well, she was built in Belfast, wasn't she? But so certain parts were built around here where I am, and they were shipped over to Belfast.
don't know.
A lot of the steel works for the ship came from where I am here in the Middlesbrough area, Stockton, and shipped over to Belfast.
Yeah, like I said, that was a big boat though.
Yeah, that was a very, very big boat.
Let's see, Madonna joined us. Hi, Madonna. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? And Lisa, when it comes to Sophie, you see, yeah, I think she gained weight though because, you know, she probably didn't eat much while
Mhm.
she was away from home. So you know, I expected her to gain weight, but it just seemed like it was all in the stomach. But she put that weight back on fast. My baby loves to eat.
Oh.
She does, but I don't think she really eats like too much per
Mhm.
se. But she'll go to her food, she goes to her food bowl constantly. Like throughout the day, she'll eat a little bit, come back later. But she is like, she's a larger cat too.
Mhm. Okay.
I think she has some Maine Coon in her. But
Some
she's like
what?
some Maine Coon. Those big the Maine Coons tend to be like, larger cats. Not like real large,
Oh,
but and they tend to be fluff, like long haired. They're beautiful cats.
okay.
But it's funny, like she's like at least 3 times the size of my other cat, Allie.
Wow. No wonder she eats more.
But now Allie, on my cat news tomorrow, I'm gonna have lots of Allie drama for y'all. she's been something else. She's been something else, especially yesterday. At least something else.
Cats can be so funny, though.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna get into the pattern giveaway. Let me go ahead and pull up my Ravelry store so y'all can see my patterns if y'all hadn't seen them. I don't like to presume that everyone has seen them already. Okay, let's see. Let's share screen. These are the patterns that I have so far. There are 3 patterns that will be coming soon. They're in testing mode right now, but this is what I have for today's giveaway. Like I said, most of them are knitted. The ones that aren't, the ones that are crochet is one of the alien beanies is crochet. The patriotic dream scarf is crochet, and also the Easter plaid beanie is crochet. And on that beanie, you can do, you can use whatever colors. It's really not like an Easter beanie. I just did for that pattern I did Easter colors basically. But those are my patterns. And let me stop the screen now. And if you want to be entered to win one of my patterns, let's see, what word will I use? I'm thinking. I can't think of anything. Let's see. Put the word biscuit. BISCUIT. Hope I spelled it. Yeah. Use the word biscuit, all lowercase, and start now. Biscuit is a keyword. Now, I was like, normally I look around and I'm like, what can I use? What can I use?
That's a good word. Makes me want to eat some.
I use my husband's nickname.
Okay.
Yeah, I call him the biscuit.
That's cute.
And another thing too, when it comes to those 3 patterns that I was mentioning that should be released fairly soon, that's it, they're being tested right now. Whenever I do release those patterns, I will be doing a pattern giveaway on them. So be on the lookout for that.
You have a lot of fun patterns.
Thank you. And I see we have Tina that joined us. Hi, Tina. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? And let's see. Yeah, Lisa has all my patterns. I am working on a crochet shawl pattern right now. And I do have another pattern in mind after that I want to do for a shawl pattern. I have an idea. So I am trying to work on doing some more, doing more crochet patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So it's coming.
I'll be interested, definitely.
My phone went off.
I thought I heard something.
Which hopefully I don't get in trouble with YouTube for it. Because I worry about, it could be considered copyrighted because it's a certain meow theme.
It was quite quick though, wasn't very long. Should be okay.
But I know someone, one of Frank's cousins posted a video on his Facebook page, and a car passing by, you could hear the radio. And Facebook removed the video all because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my phone meows when it rings.
That's cute.
Okay, Lisa says she didn't hear my phone. Okay, good. And I think it's funny because, okay, for a ringtone, you can download a free, copyrighted song for your ringtone. And that's fine. But yet, you can't, like on a video, that's a no no.
Yeah, I usually mute my phone when I'm doing when I'm recording or something.
All right. So let's give it 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stop. Hey, Tina, this is Sabrina Melodieuse. And her link for her channel is in the description box of this live. And it's also pinned to the top of the chat. Yeah, we're at the tail end of today's live. We're going to be wrapping up shortly. But I am glad that you joined us.
Oh, thank you for having me. This has been so much fun.
And I enjoyed having you, Sabrina.
Thank you so much.
Me. Okay.
There's been a lot of inspiration in your video today too. I want to make all them things you have shown and all your amazing patterns. Love them beanies. I'm going to have to spend a fortune.
Awesome. Yeah, I try to find free patterns to share with everybody. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. I actually already pulled up this board. We have, it looks like 9 entries. So let's see who the winner will be. And the winner is Sweet Pea, Sid's Inspiration. Congratulations, Sid. So send me an email at justanotherstitch2020@gmail.com. And here it is right here. Send me an email and I'll get that I'll let you pick which pattern you want and get that pattern to you. Yeah, the phone rang again on us. I don't know, Frank answered this time. So if y'all hear any noise in the background, that's what it is. The phone rang. Roberta must have heard it then. Oops. Like I said, hopefully YouTube don't make an issue over it.
It was for very small amount of time. It should be okay.
Hopefully. Because you know how YouTube is. But it's not like I intentionally, played like copyrighted music or anything.
No, it's just the phone.
But like I said, that I think could fall under it could be an issue. I'm not completely sure, but
what would they do if that was the case?
I think basically I've never experienced, but from what I hear, if there's a copyright issue, YouTube notifies you, and you either, like, if you can edit it out of the video, or you have to take the video down.
Okay.
And I think if you have if you get 3 strikes, basically they can terminate your channel. But the thing is that if you fix the problem, then the strike goes away.
Okay.
So you basically have had to have like 3 strikes where you didn't fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's my understanding of how it works. But like I said, I've never been, I've never gotten contacted about having any issue like that before. So,
mm-hmm.
but I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube.
No, 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 no.
But yeah, if I could play like the music I wanted to, I would be having some good jams on my channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Tina's asking where you're from, Sabrina.
I am in England, but I'm not originally from here. I am French.
So, like, I'm getting tongue tied on y'all. Sorry about that. Okay, so like I said, it's about time to wrap up now. And Sid, like I said, I need you to send me an email so I can get that pattern to you. And do you have anything you would like to say before we wrap up, Sabrina?
Just that this has been amazing fun. Thank you so much. And honestly, yeah, just really had a lot of fun today, and also the trivia and everything else. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for coming live with me. I enjoyed it. And I want to thank everybody for joining in today. I enjoyed chatting with y'all, and I hope y'all had a good time too. And those that watch the replay today, or whenever y'all watch the replay, it might not be today. But anyway, those that watch the replay, thank you for watching, and leave a comment. Let us know you watched the replay. And I think that should cover everything. So I hope y'all have a fabulous Yorny day. Be the light, and bye.
Bye.